All right, welcome everybody to the second episode of the Hound's Tales podcast. Again, I'm here, James Hudson, and joining me today is Dylan Watson and Daniel Evans. They'll be trying to join us on these as much as possible. Everybody's got lives, so a little hard to get to sometimes with everybody, including my own self. First, we'll introduce Dylan Watson. We'll let him do his own little introduction, kind of tell us a little about himself.
Well, most of y'all know James has put my name out there, Dylan Watson. My kennel is Ghost Kennels. I'm out of Appomattox, Virginia. I got introduced into it when I'd probably say 11 or 12 years old. Moved up to Virginia from South Alabama. It wasn't much of the dog world down in South Alabama. Certain counties could run dogs. Most of those was long-legged beagles. So moved up here, and my dad got into it with a few buddies, and I got roped around in there with him and got the itch. Hunted with him and a few hunting clubs, local hunting clubs. Done a few little fox pens here and there when I was younger. About the end of high school, I got out of it for a while. Got married, had a kid. Then decided to get back into it. I want to say this would be my second year back into it. Got a few. This will be second year back in the fox pen. We started a little slow last year, but hitting it pretty hard this year. But that
definitely hit a whole lot harder than last year. That's for sure.
You got that right. But just enjoy working with the hounds. I mean, it's fun to do, especially when you raise them from a pup, and then all of a sudden they turn it on, and it's a great feeling with the hounds to be able to raise one and watch it grow, work with it, and it's a good feeling, real good feeling.
I definitely agree with you there. And next we got Daniel Evans. He's our newbie of the group per se. So we'll kind of let him take the reins real quick and let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? It's Daniel Evans. I got kennel names, Purple Collar Kennels, like James said. New to this whole dog life. Him and Dylan are the ones that introduced me. Here to enjoy it, here to learn, here to help everybody else learn. So hopefully we'll have a good time.
Good deal, man. I definitely appreciate it. Love working with you too, man.
Absolutely.
So we'll go ahead and roll on into the first part of the episode, or I guess second part of the episode. We'll go over the results from last weekend's hunts. Big Rock Puppy Hunt at Kaske's Training Preserve. Couldn't find any scores on the hunt, but the first place hound down there was Puncheons. I believe I said that right. Again, y'all let me know if I did not say anything correctly. Puncheons Creek Elvira, and that dog's out of Stretch Hyde's Nightmare and Stretch Hyde's Little Pico. Puncheon Creek Kennels.
Like that.
Second place went to the Real Talking Toyo. That dog is out of, oh gosh, that's a wild name. Chiapis? I'm guessing that's how I said it. That's right. Chiapis, Wiley, and Maddie's Crazy Cat out of Real Talk Kennels. The third place hound was Puncheons Creek Tombstone out of Puncheon Creek Yellowhead and Puncheon Creek Sandy, Puncheon Creek Kennels. The fourth place dog was Red Gal out of K&N Kennels. The fifth place hound was Fork Hills Maggie out of Fork Hills Kennels. The Tri-County Hunting Club had a hunt at Foxtail this weekend. It was a two-class puppy and derby hunt. It took 430 points to win the younger puppy class. And Tail Chasers Dolly was your winner down there for the puppy class. That dog was out of Kennedy's Nikon A. And Tail Chasers Lily out of Tail Chasers Kennels. Pablo was second out of Dead Ready Bowie and Taylor's Jitterbug, Dead Ready Kennels. R&W's Paleface out of Champion Quick Catch Hulk and Cabriel's Jesse out of Tomahawk Creek Kennels. Solo was your fourth place hound out of Caitlin, or I'm sorry, the owner of that dog was Caitlin Peel. And Foxy was your fifth place hound. That dog is out of DWA Kennels. The older class, I couldn't get the score from the picture online that I found, so I'm not sure how many points it took to win. But Mona was the winner of that one out of Dead Ready Dan, Slim Bones Juliet out of Dead Ready Kennels. Dead Ready looked like I had a pretty good day down there. Second place goes to Smooth, and that dog is out of Rocky Swamp, Mr. Willis, and Rocky Swamp Leah, Rocky Swamp Kennels. Third place goes to Young Buck Benz. That dog is out of Buckshot Polo and Murdoch's Jill, Young Buck Kennels. Fourth place was Nelson's Willie. The owner of that dog was Chris Nelson. Fifth place is Big Easy's Trot, Big Easy Kennels. Polcott had their two-class puppy hunt this weekend. Took 785 to win the younger class. Highlight Reel Soda Pop was your winner. Huck Steps J Rock and Huck Steps Latina at Ivy Bluff Mafia. Second place goes to SNN Michelle. That dog is out of JK's Buzz and JK's Flirt at SNN Kennels. Third place was Powell's YOLO, Buckshot's Polo, and Powell's Rosie, Ridge Road Kennels. Spears Mountain 2 Cents out of SNN Kennels was your fourth place dog, and Rouse Remy was your fifth place dog, and he was out of Ridge Road Kennels, the older class. Down there took 1,165 points to win, and the older pups put a hurting on them, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Silver Bullets Pretty was your winner down there, and that dog is out of Bullets Front Row C. And Kraken's Crazy Block. I believe I said that right, out of Silver Bullet Kennels. Highlight Reels Grace. That dog is out of B&B's Preacher and Butler's Momo C was your second place dog out of Ivy Bluff Mafia. Wilburn's Wildcat. That dog is out of WT's Captain Morgan and Harvey's Kit Kat out of Wilborn's Kennels, was your third place hound. Little Girl is the name of the fourth place hound out of White Top Kennels, and White Top Kennels took fifth place too with a dog named Bonnie. J&J had a puppy hunt, took 750 to win. Theo was the name of this dog, and that was out of Spears Mountain Sergeant and Country Oaks Lexus, Ajax Kennels. A little local breeding going on there, won't it, fellas?
Oh, yeah. It sounds kind of familiar to me.
I heard that one before. All right, this next one, I'm going to try to get the name right here. And we'll say it's Thinch's Rowdy. It's your second place hound. That dog is out of Thinch's Snickers and Thinch's Strawberry. Thinchtown Kennels. Hammertown Cash was your third place dog. Dogs out of Champion Thompson's Willie and Belly Up Purdy, Hammertown Kennels. Katina was your fourth place dog. There He Go Kennels. Fifth place hound was Rocky out of that dog's owner is Jeffrey Branch. I think that's one of my favorite things about reading these things is you always hear these wild and out names of the kennels or the dogs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I love that. It's definitely some crazy ones out there and good ones at that too.
Definitely.
What was the one?
Interesting.
What was the one we heard? What was the one we heard last year at Foxtail? Oh man, what was it? Was out of that show? Carol Baskins.
Yeah, that was dog.
That's it was on Carol Baskins. It was down there. That was one of my favorite ones I've heard so far. All right, we'll keep on rolling. Triple T had a puppy hunt. Took 1,070 points to win. Little Joe was the dog that won first place down there. Redwoods Monster Boy and Redwoods Diamond out of Redwoods Kennels. Hoss was the dog's name that won second out of Parker's Bow and Full Throttle Cream. And Tyler Pollock was the owner of that dog. Tyler was also the owner of the third place hound, Bobo, and that dog was out of WT's Buck Wild and Bond Sparkles. Series, your fourth place hound out of Let 'em Bump Kennels. Fifth place, Copperhead out of Double X Kennels. All right, the East Carolina Deer Classic was down there today. I know that's one of the bigger outside hunts. It took 160 to win down there, which is not bad scoring at all for an outside hunt. Don't have a whole lot of information on this one, but Playboy's Hammer was your winner down there, and that dog was out of Shipman's Easy and Pucking Up Sassy, Hollow Road Jr., and Sons Kennel. Second place was No Fears Dan out of Baker's Sty and Shake Bake Dollar. Third was West Duke out of West Hoss, West Moala, Westbound Kennels. And fourth, the last hunt I believe I have listed. I was trying to get some results from the All-American. I couldn't find any of the results online. If I can get those to you, I will definitely put them in the next episode. But it looked like they had a really good time and a really good showing down there. Looks like some good prizes given away, a lot of good dogs. It's always an honor to win that hunt. So congratulations to everybody down there that was in it and made it through all 4 days. Dylan and Daniel and a few other buddies of ours were down at Pools this weekend for the Waverly Youth Hunt Club's hunt. It was a Derby all age. Derby took 160 to win. Out Front's Fancy was your winner out of S&B's Wayland. And S&B's Little Sister Bee, Out Front Kennels. Second place goes to Brown Zoe, Kyle's Jimmy Rat, and Boyd's Maggie out of Killer Bee Kennels. Third place was Noel's Winston out of Showtime's Pretty Boy and Showtime's Coco, Showtime Kennels. Fourth place was Jackson Slick Rick out of Out Front Kennels. Fifth place was Biggie's Daisy Duke, and the owner of that dog was Brian Locklear. I was just outside of even making my own announcement down there. My dog was 6 down there. Definitely appreciate Dylan and Daniel taking him down there for me. I had some prior obligations. I couldn't be there in person, so I appreciate y'all boys.
No problem at all. None but a fun.
Anytime.
All right, the all-age class took 105 to win. SRK's PC was your winner down there. That dog is out of High Cotton Rowdy and High Cotton Mona, SRK Kennels. Croker's Ranger was your second place dog out of Britain's Boomer. And I'm going to try this name. Dunlavey's Loretta out of Eastview 88 Kennels. Third place hound was your LNR Becky out of Harvey's Otis and Sims Ear. And that kennel name is Knee Deep Kennel. Shady Oaks Bow out of Shady Oak Kennels was your fourth place hound, and LNR Oscar out of Big Country Kennels rounds out your top 5 down there for the all-age class. A lot of big hunts going on this weekend. Like I said, I wish I had the scores and stuff from the All-America. I couldn't put my hands on them before we were able to score the night. So if anybody has those results, I'd love to see them, and maybe I can announce them on here. Upcoming hunts this weekend will be down at Tar River for the Ridgeway Volunteer Fire Department hunt. Sounds like it's going to be one heck of a crowd, one big hunt down there. So
very excited for
everybody going to bring their A game, I believe, this week, fellas. So what you think?
Very excited for this hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
This is
ready.
This is one we've been both preparing for the past few weeks. So hopefully we can go down there and come back with some hardware. That'd be nice.
It definitely make you feel like something if you come away from a hunt like that. That's
you
for sure.
Got that right. It makes you feel like you got something.
That's right. That's right. Also at Tar River on the 4th through the 7th of March, Tar River's doing their 3-day classic hunt. Always a good showing down there. Let's see. Speedy's Fox Preserve is having a younger puppy hunt on February 27th. Tally Ho Fox Pen having a 2-class puppy hunt on March the 13th. Triple B is having a 2-class puppy hunt on March the 6th. J&J Fox Reserve is having a May and younger puppy hunt on February 28th. Roundo Fox Pen is having their Beagle hunt on February 27th. They're also having a Derby and puppy hunt on March the 6th and a money hunt on March 20th. Looks like they got a couple big time hunts coming up. Another Beagle hunt, I'm pretty sure, is the first hunt of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Flower Hill is having the 2-class puppy hunt under the lights on March 6th. That's one thing I'd really like to go see here pretty soon is getting up under the lights and running. That ought to be a wild show.
I would like to judge one of those hunts. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That's not a bad idea at all. Let's see. Foxtail's having a 2-class Derby puppy hunt this weekend on February the 27th. Give Lauren a call if you need to get some numbers for that one. And last but not least, Pools, they're having a Nottoway River HGA hunt. Friday night, they're having a bench show down there. I believe they might still have some numbers left. Don't quote me on that, but be sure to call if you can get in on that.
I don't think so. From what I've seen today, that all the numbers are taken, and they was asking if anyone is not going to show, please return your numbers. But they've got
Good deal.
Plenty of people on the waiting list.
I didn't look through so much. I'd have missed that one. I'd have looked over that one wrong. All right, let's see. Also coming up, Pools Oak Hill Hunting Club will be at that one next weekend on the 6th. It's having their one-day speed and drive. And I'm pretty sure I think that's the one I was thinking of. They posted today, and they still had plenty of numbers left. Also, the Southeastern FHA 3-day will be on March the 12th through the 14th down there. That ought to be another good one. We got numbers for that one. I think we're still kind of on the fence if our dogs are still alive and kicking by them. We sure are giving them a sprint of hunts here recently.
Oh, yeah. That's good for them.
That's right. That's right. Real quick, we'll go over some outside hunts that are coming up. The Riceville Hunt Club's having a March 13th hunt in Riceville, Virginia. Whitetail Hunting Club's having their BAR hunt March 27th in Chase City. The Clarkton Outside Field Trial, Tyler Carr puts on a heck of a show, and he's the reason that I blame for me and Dylan really getting back into this. We went down there and placed last year, and his hunt that kind of struck a nerve on us, I believe, and we've been hooked ever since then. But that hunt is March the 6th in Nathalie, Virginia. The Community Hunt Club out of the 252 series is having a hunt March the 6th also in Littleton, North Carolina. And Red Hill Hunt Club is having their hunt on March the 6th. That's right around the Buckingham area here in Virginia. Real quick, a quick announcement. The NCWPA is having a meeting at Wilbur's Barbecue in Goldsboro, North Carolina. If you're a member of the North Carolina Pen Association, they are highly, highly encouraged. If you're a pen owner at all in North Carolina, you're highly encouraged to get down there. The lobbyist Jackson and the attorney Nathan will be down there. This is on February the 24th at 5:30 in Goldsboro at Wilbur's Barbecue. This is a huge, huge deal from my understanding that helps keep the pens alive in North Carolina. So if you're a pen owner, be sure to get down there and make your voices heard. All right. Moving on with it. Our topic for the night in this week's show is going to be training methods. And I think y'all can correct me on this, but training methods are about like opinions. Everybody's got one. So
yeah,
we'll kind of do that back and forth on with each other on what kind of some of our favorite ways to train our dogs and coming up, depending on whether that be on the outside or the inside. And I know me personally, I love turning loose with an older dog. That's one of the ways I've had a lot of luck and a lot of success with training dogs is if you get a dog that's really a really good dog that's had his age and is still hanging around the lot. He doesn't carry the speed like he used to. So these younger hyper puppies can keep up with him and they can kind of focus and learn and watch what he's doing.
All right, James.
Yeah.
Question for you and Dylan. And,
All right.
being that, I'm the newbie in it, how would both of y'all tell somebody to start out a puppy? Per se, like me, I have one puppy, and no other older dogs. What kind of advice would you give for that?
Well,
What do you think, Doug? Yeah.
I done it. Well, I might as well say 2 years ago is when I got Patsy, if I'm not mistaken. She'll be 2 this year. What I did with her mostly when she was real young, I walked her around the yard, spent time with her, worked with her a little bit, and she just kind of picked up on by herself. I have this cutover right here beside the house, and all of a sudden, it's like a switch flipped, and I mean, she started barking, giving mouth, and seen a little rabbit run out, and I mean, she was on that little rabbit's butt. It's planted on your dog. I mean, I didn't really focus on training her to run rabbits, but that's what she kind of got started on around the house, and then about 7 months old, I started running her with James's deer dogs, and I just every weekend it was a every weekend deal, and she finally got along about 7 8 months. Started doing really really good, and then ever since then she's kind of done her own thing. Some days she wants to run a deer. Some days she wants to run a rabbit. Which that's
Yeah.
in my opinion, with hounds like this, with her being the first one I've gotten since I've gotten back into it, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all what she runs, when she runs. She she got a mind of her own. But
And she's enjoying it.
yes, she enjoys running. I've seen her sight chase coyotes. I've seen her sight chase fox. I've seen her sight chase deer. I've seen her sight chase rabbits. She just loves running in general. She does not care what's in front of her, and she's got the nose for it. So
She does.
let her do her thing, and which raising a
She got that bark every breath
oh
too,
yeah,
don't
she'll you'll think
I love
she's dying. I mean, she just won't take a breath. I love it when she runs.
That's right.
But not trying to get off subject, but it's planning on who you're around and what hounds you got access to. Uh, that's like James's dog. What is it, Whiskey? He
Yeah.
will be a perfect dog to start puppies out with as far as getting them on deer. Um, he's he's got 3 legs, so I mean he's slow, but he's got the nose. I mean he's got it to where
Yeah.
he'll be slow for the puppies, and the puppies will actually can keep up and run with him. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And getting like Dylan had kind of mentioned too, getting the dogs in the woods. The more you can get them out, the more I love. Like he had said, we would go walking with them all the time, just get them started. And I know that's a lot of even before Patsy was born. That's what I did a lot with mine was I would get them out in the woods and not necessarily have any older dogs with them, but I would just walk them and get them moving, get their exercise up. And at the same time, if I could come across something, you would be surprised how many times just walking out in the woods that you just stumble across a deer path. And if you can get their nose down to it, you'd be surprised how fast a hound that has the heart and has the drive will just pick up on it. It really is a beautiful sight the first time you get to witness them keep put their nose on the ground and follow a track and almost not really know what they're after until they finally get the chance to get a hold of something.
yeah, that's and then it's kind of like James said earlier. It's every person's got their different ways. Our buddy Dennis, he starts his puppies out with short-legged beagles and run rabbit, and then eventually these puppies will put a little leg on them, start outrunning the beagles, and he'll put him out there with a little bit faster hound that does good on deer. Once the puppies start outrunning, getting out front, pulling up front, and doing what they're supposed to as far as hunting and everything, he'll start putting them with a faster dog until he feels like there's enough speed and enough hunt in him to where he's ready to take them to a hunt. And Dennis, when he goes to a hunt, he's expecting to come home with something. That's
right.
his main goal. I mean, which in the fox pen world, that's everybody's goal, is to come
That's
home
right.
with something. And I mean, it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. Trust me, a lot of patience.
It sounds like a lot of patience and also having a lot of confidence in your dog.
That's right.
Even if they're not doing what you want.
That's right.
It's just having the confidence in them.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
The main person you need to talk to about that is James Hudson.
Absolutely.
I told him all during hunt season, give him time. Look what old boy's doing for him this year. He's doing a great job.
I'm not gonna lie, I had kind of given up hope on my boy Saber, and I've gone 3 for 3 placing in the hunts this year so far. So I'm hoping we can go 4 for 4 this weekend.
Oh yeah,
and I've really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah,
that has been a show since I've started hunting with y'all. That has been a show. Him and Wishbone both.
Yeah, they've really upped their game. They're getting close to the end of their derby age, so I'm excited to see what they can carry into the all age category.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I'm excited to see our puppies run with them two.
Yeah,
when they get legs on them and able to run with them, I'm ready to see that.
Yeah, we just had a litter hit the ground on the 20th of January, and I think, Daniel, your puppy was the 20th of December, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was right around about a month of difference. So they're going to be raised together. We're all going to be we've always agreed that we'll never be kennel partners, but we work together with just about everything. So it's been a real joy working with y'all too, for sure. And get ready to go through this, and raising these puppies is going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see what we do with them, if we can do anything. And everybody out there that's ever raised dogs knows that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and it's just kind of the fate you have to take. But what you were talking about,
all on the heart you put into it.
That's right. It's 40% dog and 60% dog owner. That's what I've always been told by a lot of people.
That's right.
And you were talking about the confidence that you carry into a dog. Everybody always talks about horses, and that if you sense fear, or if the horse senses fear in you, that it was going to know it. And I swear, I think if a dog senses that you're not confident in it, that it knows it, and it's just not going to give the heart to you. I got fortunate, like they were talking about earlier, that Saber dog, he was struggling a little bit, and he actually had an injury that put him down for a few weeks. And when he come back out, I thought that was going to be the end of his running career. I figured it was just going to be time to turn him into a pet, or just have him out there and not expect a whole lot of him. But he one day after he recovered from his injury, it just sparked, and I don't know what it was. Maybe he just needed to get that injury out the way, and for some reason he sparked, and I slowly started building my confidence in him. And after he went down to pools the first time and placed pretty decent, he placed 5th. I've had a confidence level about him, and I swear I think he knows it, and it's like he just wants to go out there and make me happy every time. So it sounds kind of funny, but I swear that's a thing for hunting dogs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would have to agree.
Only other thing I know too is training methods, and this is in the fox pen world. And I know we're kind of going to work ours on the outside a whole lot, but we're going to be taking ours to some breaking pens come about August. About time they get old enough to really get them legs stretched out and to where it's not going to hurt them to run and run hard, we're going to take them to breaking pins and let them get broke it. Excuse me. We're going to let them get broke in really good inside the pen. Kind of gives that drive and that speed and that extra little bit of aggression that they need to go out there and chase after what they're after, chase after the game. And that's just another way that you can do it for those that don't have the easy access to being able to run on the outside like we do. I know a lot of people aren't as fortunate that to be able to right like what we were talking about earlier. He lives right by a cutover in hunting land, and I'm right in the middle of our hunting land. So all I have to do is go open the gates and let them run and exercise. So that's not the case for a lot of people. So you always have breaking pins, and you can pleasure run a lot if you can get into a pen. And that keeps their exercise up and keeps them after it. Training and hard work and running them and all the time. A dog is about like an athlete to me. If you slack up on them and don't keep them up, you're not going to take a unhealthy person to a triathlon expecting to win.
I agree.
You got to keep them moving. You got to keep them exercising. You got to keep them going. I turn mine loose at least once a week on the outside and let them run for hours, and they love it.
On that note, I know, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little off subject, but food.
Yeah.
Not so much of brands, but your protein mixture. What is something that y'all suggest? Higher protein, kind of in the middle, lower? I mean,
It depends on what the season is. My foxhounds that I'm running all the time, I keep him on a steady 24-20. It's not too much protein and not too much fat. It seems to be a really good mixture for me, and it's worked very well. But my deer dogs now that aren't running right now heavily, they're still getting out and exercising, but I keep them on a 21-18 mix, something a little bit lower that's not going to make them too fat, and it's not going to put too much protein that they can't use in them.
I agree.
But what's your thoughts, Dylan?
My dogs, I feed 26-18 is the percentages with mine. When I first got into it, I done the 20-20, and I was doing good for a while, and then I got to noticing the dogs, they would either be fat or look like they started trying to get sick on me, and then I switched to this 26-18, and it's working great. They seem healthy. They seem the perfect weight. I mean, I feel like it's all depends on the dog. You got to pick that right one. You'll be able to notice the way the dog looks, his feces. I mean, you got to pay attention to all that stuff to try and keep that dog healthy. And that's right. That's another thing with the fox pens. It's not just running and putting muscles on it. It's you got to keep that dog 100% healthy. And at times that can be hard to do, but you gotta fight through that and make sure they're healthy. That's one of the number one things is make sure that he or she is healthy. And
Agreed.
Once you get them healthy and get that muscle on them, put that faith in them, they're going to give you a show.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Well, I believe that puts a good little touch on some training methods. Y'all feel free to email us at the Hounds Tales Podcast at gmail.com. I'd love to hear other opinions on this. If there's other ways that maybe we didn't mention, or if there's other things that you'd like to do, we'd love to hear it. Maybe we'll throw it in the next episode. We'd love to chat with y'all. Be sure to send us an email. Again, that was Hounds Tales Podcast, and that's TALES podcast at gmail.com. All right, before we go, got a lot of our information. We get a lot of it off of speeddogs.net or on their Facebook hunts and results page. Also checking out poolsfoxpreserve.com, tarriverpreserve.weebly.com. Any of those three right there, you can visit to get numbers to any of the upcoming hunts that I mentioned. That you have contact information to see if you can get numbers still, or any other information that you might want, casting times, that kind of stuff. I'd love to put it in the show, but we'd be here for about an hour and a half. We had to do all that. Also, if you're a Virginia dog hunter, make sure that you go on Virginia Hunting Dog Alliance's page, the vahda.org, and join. It's definitely a big deal to join that, and make sure that your name is in there, and it just shows how many people in Virginia love this sport, and they fight hard for us. Another good source is your masterfox.net. Get a lot of good information on there. And all my Central Virginia peeps, if you're around the Appomattox, Concord, Lynchburg area, y'all make sure and check out Chestnut Mountain Feed. They're my sole, or I believe, if not all three of us, are sole providers for our dog food.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely won't be going anywhere else. Christina and everybody out there have always treated us very well. Make sure y'all give them a shout, give them a check. You can check them out on Facebook or online. They're located right around the Concord area. So y'all give them a shout. Also, I know y'all are listening already, but we have other platforms that we can listen to. Anchor is our main source where we record our stuff, but you can catch us on Spotify, Pocket Cast, Google Podcast, Radio Public, and on Breaker. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to our buddy Dennis Scott, Dennis Scott Music. He just released his first CD here a few days ago. You can check him out on Facebook at Dennis Scott Music, and there's a link to his CD. It's on his website, Appo Construction 71. That's APPO Construction and the number 71. Wixsite, WXSITE.com. Be sure to give him a shout. He does great music, and he's been a big help for a lot of us. Him and our buddy Steve Murphy is the reason we got these puppies on the ground, and we can't thank them enough for what they've done for us. So, y'all make sure to give old Dennis a shout. Before we go, Daniel, Dylan, any one of y'all got anything left you want to say?
I can't think of anything right now other than give us a shout out if you need anybody or know anybody you think we should talk to, or anything y'all would particularly like to hear. Shoot us a email and we'll try to make that happen for you.
Love to know upcoming dogs, what might be some good breeds coming, anything like that. Let's just keep this sport alive.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Well, thank y'all for listening. Hope we didn't put nobody to sleep and y'all enjoyed it. All right, guys. Good luck and happy hunting. Appreciate everybody.